תורה כ"ב 22 השמטות השייכים להתורה הזאת. How you say השמטות? No, we just learned it. Apologize. Lackings? What?
No.
Left out. English are not included. 68. Oh, shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem. אין שלום עליכם.
Exclusion, yeah.
Great.
Very.
Oh, it's the month of Adar.
168. We're 168.
68.
ראש חודש Adar.
Top left. Top right. Top right.
When you're ready. Fasten your seatbelt. וזה, and this is what it's written, והיה עקב תשמעון את המשפטים האלה. If you're going to hear those trials, those rules. עקב, what it means עקב, בחינת רגלין, an aspect of legs, ורגלין הם בחינת המוכיחים כנ"ל. The legs is the aspect of the rebukers, the one that rebukes Am Israel and pushing them to go in the right path, in the right way. ולהם מגלים הדינים. הקדוש ברוך הוא is revealing to them the judgments. The tzaddikim, they feel, they know, הקדוש ברוך הוא is sharing with them the judgments that there are, that exist above Sonei Israel. For an example, Harav can teach for 3 months that we should guard our eyes, and then to drop that subject in one moment and to start talking about Hafatza. How can it be, Harav? Why? So important to talk about Shmirat Einayim also today. We haven't bought that, we haven't achieved that, we're not guarding our eyes yet. Yes, but he sees that it's not the most important thing to Hashem Yitbarach right now. And now Hashem wants us to work on something else. So he's moving to a different subject, because the tzaddikim, the real rebukers, Kadosh Baruch Hu is revealing to them actually the real judgments that there is. Vehem mochichim et hador, and they are rebuking the generation. Veze, and this is what it's written, v'haya ekev tishme'un. The one that holds the ankle, they are the rebukers, they are hearing, tishme'un, they are hearing, they are able to hear. Hainu, it means, shemibchinat raglin, from the aspect of legs, those are the rebukers. Hainu amochichim, tishme'un et hamishpatim ha'ele. You're going to hear those trials, those rules. Hainu adinim, the judgments, ki lahem, because to them, megalim otam kanal. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is revealing them the judgments to the tzaddikim, they're going to rebuke the people. And they're rebuking the people like we learned. Actually, we can see from that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want to punish at all. He's sharing, he's telling the rebukers exactly all of the solutions, all of the things. When Moshe Rabbeinu is saying, when Hashem Yitbarach he's saying to Moshe Rabbeinu, Heref mimeni v'ashmidem, leave me, don't hold me anymore, and I'm going to kill them all. So actually he's telling to Moshe, and if you're not going to leave me alone, I'm not going to kill them. I'm obligated to you. Hashem is saying to Moshe, leave me alone and I'm going to kill them. Means that if I'm not going to leave you alone, if I'm going to hold you, you're not going to kill them. This is the trials of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That he's telling to the rebukers, to the tzaddikim, go and rebuke the people, that I will not kill them. He doesn't want to punish. Kadosh Baruch Hu, everything, all of the rebuke is only because of love. Kol hakolot, all of the voices, hem bechinat azut. They are in aspect of brazenness. Kol hamuchiach, and the voice of the rebuker, hu bechinat kol shofar, is an aspect of the voice of the shofar. כמו שכתוב, like that it's written in Yeshayahu, כשופר הרם קולך. Like the shofar, you should raise your voice. וכן, כל נגינה, and also the voice of playing music, voice of music, singing to Hashem. וזה בחינת, and this is the aspect of what it's written, היטיבו נגן בתרועה. You should, the best thing that you can do is to play and to blow בתרועה. We said something else when we were learning Tanit. Blast? Maybe. The Queen wouldn't say that. Sound of the shofar. Kol hanigun, so the voice of music, singing to Hashem Yitbarach, hu b'chinat ru'ah. It's an aspect of blowing the shofar, b'chinat shofar, aspect of shofar, b'chinat, an aspect of ve'ata tir'eh et ami kanal. You're going to be the shepherd of my nation, like we learned. On that, Rabbeinu is saying that when a person is singing his tfilot, or his Hitbodedut, or his Shmona Esrei, he's just singing the words, just sings to Hashem. It's like that he is dressing the queen, the Shekhinah, with royal
Garments.
Garments. So, what's happening by that? HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot say no to that queen when she is dressed so well. HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot say no to his wife, to the Shekhinah Kedosha. Actually, when we're davening like that, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is obligated to accept our prayers. Rav Shalom said, I have 2 tunes to the Shmona Esrei that I'm never going to reveal to you, that I'm never going to share them with you. It's my songs to Hashem Yitbarach. I'm singing those songs to Hashem Yitbarach. When he's Chazan, he's not singing those. He's got a way that he is Chazan Shliach Tzibur. But when he is alone with Hashem Yitbarach, he is singing. And everyone needs to learn that, to sing to Hashem Yitbarach. Also, it helps to keep that wonderful gift that Borei Olam gave us, shared with us, that we can daven a long Shmona Esrei, 1 hour Shmona Esrei, half an hour Shmona Esrei. If you're singing to Hashem Yitbarach, it's a lot easier to intend your heart and mamash to be focused and relaxed and to really to talk to Borei Olam. That there is nothing that is bigger than that, than to talk to Hashem Yitbarach, just like that, just by Pshat. The Marosh, one of the tzaddikim of Breslev, said that all of the world been created, that the person gonna go through what that he needs to go through in life, and he's gonna take those experiences and gonna go to a quiet corner, to a quiet place, and gonna share Hashem Yitbarach with that. This is it. This is the purpose of creation. That you're gonna go through what you need to go through in life, and you're gonna go to talk about it with Hashem Yitbarach. This is the best thing that there is in the world. Nothing is bigger than that. Rabbeinu said, Hitbodedut hi ma'ala gdola ve'elyona min hakol. It's the highest thing of them all. To be alone with Hashem Yitbarach. And even if we're going to talk thousands of shiurim on the same subject, and all of them going to contain the same words and the same drashim, and we're going to cover that subject from all of the angles, from all of the kivunim ways, still, when the person is going to go down to daven mincha, he's going to finish that after 7 minutes, and he will not remember if he said the first 3 brachot with kavanah or without kavanah. So this is things that the Rashi HaKadosh is teaching us in Masechet Brachot, the beginning, Kerum Zulut Livnei Adam. What is the meaning of the verse Kerum Zulut Livnei Adam? So the Gemara is saying, Dvarim sheberumo shel olam, there is things that are in the top of the world, in the peak of the world, and people are mezalzelin bahem, dishonor them, they don't care about them. And Rashi is saying kegon tefillah, like tefillah. Prayer, it's something that you can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and people gonna listen, gonna hear, gonna drop it somewhere, and gonna run to chase after hishtadluyot, after other options. You have a situation, you're gonna call to your lawyer, you're gonna call to your doctor, you're gonna consult with your wife, you're gonna talk to your You're going to think what I should do, and to go to talk to Hashem Yitbarach. This is the hardest thing of them all. Why? Because we're in exile, we're in the galut. Ki beiti bet tefillah yikareh lechol ha'amim. The house that we're missing, the Bet HaMikdash, this is Bet Tefillah. It's beiti bet tefillah. This is the house of prayer. So Ari HaKadosh is explaining that when the destruction happened, we lost the Rosh, the Rosh Bait, the Rosh, the head that we had. This is the Bait, the Bet HaMikdash. It's like the Tefillin of Am Yisrael. So actually we lost the Mochin, the wisdom of davening. This is the destruction. This is the Chorban. This is the exile. That we're not aware to that ability. No one can imagine how can it be with Bet HaMikdash. So actually no one can understand what it means to live with Hashem also. That Hashem is with us. How you can find it? When you're talking to Hashem Yitbarach. In the moment that you speak to Hashem Yitbarach, that you're opening your mouth and you're sharing with Hashem, Hashem is with you, over there in that place. You just call Him and He's coming. You just want Him to come and He's appearing. In the place that you just open your mouth, this is the place that Hashem is in. Actually, the words of Tefillah, it's words of Shechina Kedosha that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is putting in your mouth. This is the biggest thing of them all. בימי רבן גמליאל היה הדור, in the days of Rabban Gamliel, that generation was in the level שהייתה תורתם בחינת נשמה, that their Torah was in the aspect of nishma. We're going to hear, not nase. They were not learning Torah as actions, just it was like bchinat tefillah, an aspect of praying. When they were learning, it was like that they were davening. Like we learned, like we know, that all of the Torah, it's names of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And when you're calling someone, he's coming. If you're saying, Moshe, 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 he's coming. You're going to call him again, Moshe, he's coming. And if he's got few names, and you're going to call him in his first name, in his second name, in his nickname, he's going to come every time. He's going to look at you. What do you want from me? Every time. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, all of the words of the Torah Kedosha, it's names of Hashem Yitbarach. But actually, you're calling Him, and you're not there. He's coming, but you're not there. You're saying Hashem, and you're not concentrated. You don't realize that, all right, I'm with you, what? And you need to call Him again, and He's coming, and you just need to be there. Because you're calling Hashem. Every word that you mention in the Torah Kedosha, you're bringing Hashem closer and closer and closer to you, because you're calling Him. You're going to call me and I'm going to answer. Hashem is with you. Just in that generation of Rabban Gamliel, they were aware to that. Like it's written on Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, that actually in the 12 years that he was in the cave, in the Me'ara, he wasn't davening. He was only learning Torah. Why? I think that it's written in the Zohar HaKadosh that his limud was in the aspect of davening. That his limud was, he was fulfilling his obligation to daven while learning, because he was attaching himself to Hashem Yitbarach. Every second, every moment, he finds Hashem again and again. He reveals Hashem, he sees Hashem, he feels Hashem, he's with Hashem. He's in dvekut with Hashem Yitbarach. So you don't need to daven when you're with Hashem. To daven is to attach yourself to Hashem Yitbarach. וזה שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, and this is what it's written in the Gemara הקדושה, in מסכת מגילה, בימי רבן גמליאל, in the days of רבן גמליאל, היו לומדים תורה בעמידה. People would learn Torah standing on their legs. עמידה הוא בחינת תפילה כנ"ל. Standing, it's the aspect of davening, like the Gemara is saying, אין עמידה, אלא תפילה. When it's written standing, it means standing 18. It means davening. It means that when they were learning Torah, they would daven to Hashem Yitbarach on all of their needs. Rav Shalom said that if a person needs a Yeshua, salvation in a certain subject, so he needs to do 3 things on that thing. 1 is to learn on that thing, and this is what exactly that we're saying, to learn in aspect of wishing for Hashem, want to meet Hashem, to daven on that subject, and to do zikui arabim on that subject, to purchase CDs or books that are talking on that subject, and to give them, and to give it to someone, and then you're going to have a merit, you're going to have a zchut to be saved, to have a salvation on that subject. Someone needs money, you can learn about confidence, about parnasa. You should daven on that, half an hour a day to dedicate. You can intend your heart in Barech Alenu, in the Shmona Esrei. And also, you can buy the books, Garden of Riches. And then you can have a merit. You're creating a merit, a zchut, that vessels that you're going to have light in that, fixing your lacking. So, Valken, and this is why Mishemet Rabban Gamliel, from the day that Rabban Gamliel passed away, Batel Kvod HaTorah, the honor of the Torah been cancelled. Kemo Shamru Rabotenu Zal, like that Rabotenu said. You see that the honor of the Torah Kedosha, what's the connection? Someone can explain it? Only Rabbeinu can explain it. When Rabban Gamliel passed away, the honor of the Torah been cancelled. Why? Because the Torah, the Tefillah, it's an aspect of malbushin, clothing, of clothes. Why? On what you're davening? You're davening on the Torah Kedosha. You're davening to keep the rules of the Torah Kedosha. You learned now that you need to honor your wife, so now you're going to go and you're going to daven on that. So actually, you're dressing the Torah Kedosha with your tefillot. You're making the Torah mekushetet, decorated with your prayers. And you're davening on the things that you're learning, and you're dressing the Torah. And this is what Rabbi Yochanan kara lemaneh mechabduta. He called the clothes honor. So the tefillah, it's malbushim, it's clothing, and you're davening, and you're honoring the Torah. If now you learned something, and now you're sure that you can keep it, you have the ability, so you don't honor the Torah. But if now, after that you learned something, you go like Rabbi Natan, after that he heard shiur of Rabbi Nachman, he was going to the river bog, and he was screaming to Hashem, in Breslev there is fire that is burning. Light that is lighting. Light that fire inside of my heart. It means that it's important to you. If you learned a very important shiur, and now you're walking with it to the field, and you're asking, begging, Hashem Yitbarach, please Hashem, let me keep those rules also. Let me be part of the Torah. You're honoring the Torah. You're revealing that it's important to you. You're showing how important it is to you. By prayers, by davening on that, we're honoring Hashem. By saying the bracha on the food, we're honoring Hashem Yitbarach, thanking Him on the fact that He gave us the food. The tefillah is to honor Hashem Yitbarach by tefillot.
This was also to clothe and honor your wife.
Exactly.
The same, to adorn your wife.
Exactly the same. Bechol olam, in every world, yesh bechinat naaseh v'nishma. There is an aspect of naaseh v'nishma. We're going to do and we're going to hear. V'chen b'malachim, and also in the angels, yesh naaseh v'nishma. There is angels, there is that aspect of doing and hearing. Kemo shekatuv, like that it's written in the book of Tehillim, Giborei koach, heroes of power, Oseh devaro, keeping the words of Hashem Yitbarach, Lishmoa bekol devaro, to hear the words of Hashem Yitbarach. So they're hearing, but before they're doing. וכמו שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, like that רבותינו said in the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, מי גילה רז זה לבניי? Who taught that secret to my sons? שמלאכי השרת משתמשים בו. That the angels that are serving me, they are keeping that secret. They are using that secret. The angels, first of all, they're doing. After it, they wish to see Hashem, to hear Hashem. First of all, they're doing. What did Hashem? Hashem told them, he wants something, he needs something. Immediately they're doing. After it, they're going to hear. So when Am Yisrael said Naaseh v'nishma, when we are doing that, keeping that Naaseh v'nishma, immediately we become to be like the angels that are serving Hashem. We become to be in that level of angels. When you don't care, when you heard that you need to do tshuva, and now you have a situation and you're going to do tshuva, this is it. You become to be in the level of an angel. A person that comes into his house, and in his house he's got chas shalom problems of shalom bait. If you're going to try to solve your problems with your hands, not chas shalom mamash with your hands, means with your kochi ve'otzem yadi, for sure you're going to fall. B'olam just going to be more angry than even before. You see, you have situations, you need to go back to faith. You need to go to look for a quiet place, quiet corner, and to close your eyes and to talk to Borei Olam, to do tshuva, to do Hitbodedut. And even if they're going to scream at you, they're going to scream at you anyway. It doesn't matter. You need to do tshuva. When you're concentrating on doing tshuva, you're making all of the judgments cancel. There is no judgments. Actually, the fact that Borei Olam is rebuking you, the fact that Borei Olam is coming to you with hard judgments, it's also only coming from the kindness and the loving kindness and mercy of Hashem Yitbarach to you. Why? Because now in the place that you are holding, that you are arrogant in a certain way, there is judgments, there is dinim on the head of the person. This is why HaKadosh Baruch Hu is rebuking you, to make you humble, that you're going to bend, and now there is no judgment in that place. Judgments, it's only when you're not honoring Hashem, only when you're arrogant, only when you're important. Only on that the angels can be angry and to say kitrugim, to say what he is doing. He thinks that it's something, there is only Hashem, enod milvado. So on that they're angry. But now after you've been insulted, after you've been rebuked, so actually, why Borei Olam gave you that rebuke? That there's going to be no complaint at you, on you, from heaven. So actually, HaKadosh Baruch Hu saved you by that rebuke. Today someone called me in the morning and told me that he's got a very, very hard time with his wife, mamash, for 9 years, 8 years, that mamash, he's suffering. I told him, I envious at you. Mamash, you're a very lucky guy.
Still married.
That he's a very lucky guy. Why is he a very lucky guy? Because Borei Olam, he saw that by that trouble, he can save you. So he's saving you. And if you wouldn't have that lacking, if you wouldn't have those problems in Shalom Bayit, who knows what could have happened to you instead. Borei Olam, he is good and kind, and he's doing only good. And if there was something that is better for you, he will do that for you. I promise. I promise you all, for sure. If there was something better to do with you, Borei Olam would give it to you. But there is nothing better. There is nothing better than what that you have. This is why Borei Olam gave it to you. Because Borei Olam, he knows exactly how much you are arrogant, how much you're stubborn, how much you have anger, how much you have fears, anxieties, how much you're karuch, attached to your desires and your lusts. And he knows exactly how to heal you, how to help you. One time he's shouting on you on that subject, he's healing you. One time he's rebuking you on that situation, he's saving you. And he's keep on helping and saving you and separating you from this physical world. And he's doing it gently, with a lot, with 100% kindness, with, 100% discount. Mamash, for free. Just saves us and saves us more and more and more, and heals us, and healing us. You become to be normal. You become to be attached to Hashem. You're not crazy anymore. Even if it's happening slowly, day by day, that He's working with you, in the end you're going to be normal. Even if it's going to take you 70 years or 80 years, after 80 years you're going to be settled, you're going to be concentrated, you're going to be normal, you're going to be kosher. Think about it, a Baal Tshuva like us, that after 80 years they're going to say that you're kosher. From the place that you started to be kosher after 80 years, it's an amazing success. It's an impossible mission, mamash. It can never happen. Only in the words of Hashem Yitbarach. Only if Hashem is deciding. But we have that Yetzirah that is telling us, no, today you have to be a tzaddik. Today you have to be a tzaddik. Tzaddik is growing like a palm tree. Tzaddik katamar ifrach. That takes years on years, 70 years until that he brings fruits. So we should be a tzaddik today. How can you be a tzaddik today? How can a person that he is coming from this world can be a tzaddik today? Tell me that secret. It cannot be. There is no chance. Rabbeinu said, I can see your blood, your thick blood. If I'm going to kill your Yetzer Hara, all of your blood gonna spill out, gonna run out. You're all gonna die. We are attached to our Yetzer Hara. For us, it's a dangerous thing not to have Yetzer Hara. If for you now to eat something heavy in the evening, at night, after that everyone is asleep, at 10:30, at 11, to eat it, it's relaxing you. If you will not have it, it's a dangerous situation for you. For you, you're going to develop frustrations, angers. For you, it's the best thing that you have Ta'avat Achila. Borei Olam put you in prison of Ta'avat Achila, and if he wouldn't put you in the prison of Ta'avat Achila, you would be a predator that is loose outside. It's better to be in a cage that you know that you have Ta'avat Achila and you're eating kosher things, and you're not crazy. By that. Alright, so now you're going to think bad thoughts about yourself. I'm going to give you an example on me. Last week, after the shiur in Sunday, that we had a wonderful shiur last Sunday. After that shiur, I came to the house, I was exhausted. I was mamash totally exhausted. I didn't have a drop of powers in my body to hold on. Mamash, I wanted just to collapse somewhere. And I came to the house, and my wife, she was very nice, she was smiling, everything was good. And I thought maybe I'm going to share with her, I'm going to tell her something. And she's talking, and of course there's no one to talk to. And I'm trying again, and there's no one to talk to. And I had to talk. I had to share. I was in a very weak situation. I had to do something with myself. And then I asked her, can I tell you something? And she said, yes. And I start talking. After 2 sentences, she cut me in 2 and start talking again and again. So I realized there's no one to talk to. No one can help you. You need to help yourself. So I went and I make a cup of tea. And she needs to talk also. What can you do? She needs to talk also. I made a cup of tea with a lot of sugar. And I took, waflim, you know waflim? Waffles? I took cookies. And I sat we have a madrega, a step. And I sat on that, doing like that I'm listening to her, drinking my tea, eating my cookies, and I relaxed myself. And I know that it's not the right thing to do, to eat so many cookies and to drink tea with so much sugar. But for me, it was a lifeline. I was in such a horrible situation between me and myself. And Hashem knows that if I wouldn't do that and drowning my sorrow into that cup of tea, I would drown her. I would fight with her. I would tell her something not nice. So a person needs to know, this is what it calls to serve Hashem bechol lev avecha, with both of the yetzarim that you have, with your yetzer good and with your yetzer hara, with the bad yetzer hara that you have. Also the bad yetzer that you have, you need to force him to serve Hashem Yitbarach. You have ta'avat achila, great. Fancy yourself, hold yourself in ta'avat achila to eat kosher things. In time of stress, eat. It's great. If you're not going to eat in time of stress, you don't know where you're going to find yourself in the end. If you're not going to let yourself eat, if you're not going to let yourself sleep, me in Motzei Shabbat at 10:30, that it's something that I don't remember, maybe 5 years I haven't went to go to sleep in 10:30. 10:30, I went to sleep. My wife told me, what, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do that? I told her, no, I'm going to sleep. Covered myself with a blanket above the head, went to sleep. Woke up in the morning at 7:15. This was my ability. You need to know what's your ability. By listening to yourself and checking yourself in the day after, you can wake up and to go to the yeshiva. You're going to be able to do that. If always you're going to run to the minyan, in the nets, and to daven 3 times a day in the shul, and after it you have seder and daf yomi, and you have to do your Hitbodedut, and also to add half an hour on guarding your eyes, and this and that, and you're not allowed to look at women, and not allowed to eat outside, and not allowed to eat when you're standing on your legs, and you're not allowed to do this, and only vegetables, and meat only in Shabbos, and this and that. Rabbeinu is saying, from being so strict, you're going to fall to sadness. From chumrot yeterot, you're falling into sadness. Why won't you going to be happy with the fact that you're eating kosher, that you're sleeping in your house, that you're paying for that everything is good, that you can learn Torah, that you davened in the house, but you davened. You talk to Hashem. Instead of dedicating those minutes of running and who knows what's going to happen to you, and your wife, she's angry and frustrated, staying with the kids, and I don't know what, you had your half an hour, Shmona Esrei, in the living room, and you could talk to Hashem Yitbarach. And if you think that I'm crazy, I'm counting on Harav Shalom Arush that's going to live a long life, and he's got very wide shoulders. He knows exactly what's the halacha. He knows exactly what is right and what is wrong. He said in a shiur that one time Avrech, 5 minutes before of Mincha, received a phone call from his wife. Come to the house. He told her, my wife, I would love to come. Tell me, is it okay that I'm going to daven Mincha or that you want me to come? She said, I want you to come now. So he said, all right. And he cancelled Mincha in public in that day. And Rav Shalom said, by that he was wise to cancel Mincha in public in that day, he bought the ability to keep on davening Mincha in public for the rest of his life. Because if he wouldn't come, his wife, he would create contest, a fight between his wife to Mincha in public. And the wife, she's more than ready to cancel Mincha, to cancel Ma'ariv, to cancel Shachrit, Musaf, Yom Kippur, she doesn't care. The woman, Rav Shalom wrote that in Gana Shalom, she doesn't have no problem to erase Hashem Yitbarach if she is not receiving honor. If the husband is not honoring her because that he is serving Hashem, she's going to cancel all of Avodat Hashem and she's going to demand her honor. For her, it's a must. It's more important for her than air supply. You don't like it? Tough luck. Borei Olam created the world like that. This is the world that Borei Olam created. This is the women's nature. They have to have honor. Without honor, they're not alive. She depends in that. It's her lifeline. It's more important to her than air supply. Those are words of Rav Shalom, and I'm counting on him. I see results in my life, 100%. And you need to sacrifice a lot. And you need to sacrifice. But after that you're sacrificing, what's happening? You have kapara. They forgive you. You're sacrificing. This is your sacrifices. This is your korbanot. And it's written on Paro, Ve'Paro hikriv. Hikriv, it's sacrificed. Why it's written hikriv? Because he brought Am Yisrael closer to Hashem Yitbarach. It doesn't written Paro hitkarev, he went close. It's written hikriv. Means that he made them closer to Hashem Yitbarach. The sacrifices makes you closer to Hashem Yitbarach. By sacrificing from your limud, from your hitbodedut, from your tefillah, from your yirat shamayim, from things that are important to you, even if it's to serve Hashem. When you're sacrificing from that, you're attaching yourself to Hashem Yitbarach. Without it, you're not sacrificing. You're not sacrificing, you're not getting closer to Hashem Yitbarach. Even if you're trying to serve Hashem and to serve Hashem, you're not sacrificing. You're not getting closer to Hashem Yitbarach. In the generation of Moshe Rabbeinu, even if there was a tzaddik that wanted to build a mishkan also to Hashem Yitbarach, and he would invest a lot more money than Moshe, and he would do everything with all of the honor and with all of the hidurim and I don't know what, he would worship idols. Only Moshe is building the mishkan. Only Moshe. Immediately when someone contradicts him, he becomes to be Korach. Korach was a huge tzaddik. Korach was a huge tzaddik that wanted to serve Hashem. You cannot understand who was Korach. And we need to know, Zot Torah Adam, the Torah is a man, it's you, it's me. Inside of us you have Hashem, inside of you you have Moshe, inside of you you have Korach. You have everyone inside of yourself. And all of the time you have all of the arguments of the Torah HaKadosha. All of the time you have Purim. All of the time you have Chanukah. All of the time you have Yetziat Mitzrayim. There is Paro inside of me. Inside of me we have everything. We need to look inside And always to be, in this situation you have to be like Abraham. In this situation you have to be like Rachel, that she is mamash giving everything for her sister. In that situation you should watch yourself not to be like Paro. In that situations you're not allowed to be like Bil'am. Every time you need to look what Hashem wants from you in that situation. This is what that is going on. When we're learning Torah, this is why we're saying in the Hashivenu Avinu leToratecha, bring us back to your Torah, means bring us back to Torah that contains tshuva. Hashivenu Avinu leToratecha. You cannot learn the Torah without tshuva. Without tshuva, when you're arrogant, when you think that you're a tzaddik and you're learning Torah, you cannot learn. You have to do it with tshuva. Hashivenu. It doesn't read in Lamdenu, teach us your Torah. It's written Hashivenu Avinu, our Father. You need to realize that Hashem is your Father, Father of mercy. And to do tshuva with His mercy, with His rachamim, and to beg, B'olam, now I'm sitting to learn Torah. Please heal me, teach me the rules of life. I'm going to learn the Hilchot Chaim, Torat Chaim. I'm going to learn how to work on my midot, how to fix my character, how to be kind, how to smile to everyone, to be like the real tzaddikim. That it's going to be Torat Chaim, Torah that is reviving the person. Not Torah Chas Shalom, that the person becomes to be more arrogant and more arrogant, Chas Shalom, and it can bury, it can kill the person that is learning the Torah. Lo zacha na'aset lo sam mavet. If a person doesn't have the right merit to learn Torah, the Torah becomes to be poison for him, Chas Shalom. Makes him to die. He's learning Torah and he's dying daily, learning and dying, learning and dying. Why? Because he's learning for himself. He's not learning for Hashem. He's not learning for Hashem. Torat Hashem becomes to be Torat Moshe. When you're learning the Torah of Hashem, it becomes to be your Torah. But when you're looking for your own justice, for your own success, you're dividing yourself, you're separating yourself from Am Yisrael. Look at all of our Shmona Esrei, it's all were plural tefillot. We're all davening on all of Am Yisrael. Davening to be joined to Am Yisrael, to be all of us together. This is the real wisdom of Am Yisrael, of the Torah Kedosha. So, let's continue. Let's continue with Sharav Betodah.